everybody. Welcome to Rachel's Reviews, and we are talking about the fall box office, and in particular, how poorly we all did in our predictions. I tell you, nobody should place any kind of wagers on
It's
our
that bad.
predictions. It
Oh
was
my
bad.
God.
It was very, very bad, and both in we. I'll get into it, both in our predictions and placement, but also even in movies.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not good. But aside from our bad predictions, which we'll get into, how do you feel 2025, particularly this fall season? How do you feel it has been? Do you think it's been a good year, a good season? How do you feel about movies in 2025, particularly the fall? What do you think, Manda?
I thought it was really strong, actually. I think we had a good mix of films that came out and a good mix that did
Hmm.
well. I think everyone had at least 2 to 3 films per month to be excited about. Um, yeah, I think even like the sleeper of Marty Supreme, if we look at the numbers against like One Battle After Another, for example, it just came out too. So it's really cool how well certain films did at the box office that maybe they weren't anticipated
Hmm.
to hit that strong. But yeah, I mean between Zootopia 2 and Avatar Fire and Ash, it's been pretty good actually. It's been
What
good.
do you think, David?
No, I also think it's been pretty good. I thought the beginning of the year was very weak. I
Mm.
was pretty disappointed with 2025 to begin with, but it really did save it in the last half and especially the last few months. There's been some really good stuff.
For me, there's been a lot of stuff I've admired, but very little that I felt passionate about.
Yeah.
There's been, a lot of things to recommend and that are good films worth watching. But as this awards season, for me at least, is just a lot of stuff that I will never watch again. And that just they're good. I would recommend it, but just not passionate about or excited about.
I
Just
Um,
kept
fair.
I kept saying for the longest time that spoiler alert for my top 10, but like that it was one battle after another and then a big long drop before we even get to my number two. And
yeah.
then finally Marty Supreme came out and it's like one battle after another, Marty Supreme,
Yeah.
and then a big long drop to my number three. So
I
at least I
mean,
got a
Yes.
second movie in there,
yeah,
you know?
that's good.
So
I
yeah.
mean, for me, the only of the Oscar contenders that I'm like passionate about or that I can imagine watching again or that I would especially advocate for is sentimental value. That's really the only one. The rest I think are good, good movies, but just not, I don't know, just not there's something that particularly excites me. But I think personally, I think sentimental value is the best script performances combination of all those factors. It's a
Mm.
theme as far as working with family that I've had to do a lot in my life. So that's a sort of a theme that not as destructively as that, but it's something that I can relate to. Where something like Marty Supreme, I really can't relate to that at all. Um, and so anyway, as sentimental value to me is like way is that high one is the one battle
Yeah.
after another for me for these Oscar contenders. But
And, yeah, and
you
Sentimental
know,
Value ended up being like number 4 or 5 at the box office, I think, overall for the year. Is that right?
yeah, right.
No,
Yeah.
just
I
kidding.
wish. But there were some foreign films that have done very, very well, and we'll talk about
Yes,
it.
yes.
So
Are you a fan of Rachel's Reviews? Do you look forward to Family Movie Night, Female Film Critics panels, or the Talking Disney podcast? If so, please consider supporting the podcast by becoming a patron. As a patron, you get to access monthly events such as the watch-alongs and Q&As, where you get to talk to stars and find out the behind the scenes of the movie making industry. And you can pick what I review for Family Movie Night or even become a guest on the podcast. Podcasts and YouTube channels are expensive, and I really, really could use your help. I would so appreciate it. You also get to be a member of the Facebook group where we talk about all the films that we're seeing, and we have so much fun. Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies and select one of the Rachel's fan tiers. That's patreon.com/hallmarkies.
about let's talk about our top 10, the actual top 10, then we'll talk about our predictions. So we had at number 10, we have Black Phone 2. And that came in at 77. This is domestic box office. So domestic box office, it is at 77. Worldwide, it's at 132 for Black Phone 2. I like Black Phone 2. I thought it was entertaining. I can see people that were complaining that it's Nightmare on Elm Street, repackaged, but I don't really care. Like, it was well done, I thought. I know. What did you all think?
I didn't watch it yet because I
Oh,
didn't
you
really
didn't
like
see
the
it?
first one, so I kind of skip him and do that one, but I should watch it.
Did you see it, David?
I would not see that movie. I thought the first one was just dreadful.
See?
And I actually assumed it would make the top 10, but I voted against it anyway and didn't include it in my guesses just because I couldn't stand the first one so much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
actually
it's
funny.
very different than the first one, at
Yeah,
least.
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
So maybe you might like it. It was like a solid, decent little Nightmare on Elm Street wannabe. So
Hmm.
that's fine. It's very well made. It's elevated by particularly two really good teen performances, and also the direction, I think, is kind of elevates it, makes it a little better than it would otherwise be. So number 9 is Predator Badlands, that made domestic 91,184 total worldwide. And so I think they got to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's technically, I think the budget was a little high, but still they got to be happy with that kind of return when they were trying something so different.
Most successful Predator movie, isn't it? I
I
think.
think so.
That's
Yeah.
amazing that it
Yeah.
is because it was so good. It was fun.
I really enjoyed it. I had never
Yeah.
seen. I mean, we did a whole podcast on it. So the budget was 105, so it's going to be slightly under profitable, but with streaming and everything, I feel like they're going to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah,
Or,
definitely.
for that. So, okay. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was very creative. The world building in particular, like having that whole scene with the razor grass. I thought that was very creative. So I enjoyed it. Then we have at number 8, we have The Housemaid, which is like a sleeper hit.
Hmm.
So
I knew it.
this thing has made $94 million domestic, 146. And they've already greenlit a sequel. That's how well it's done.
Yeah.
So
As a lover of the trashy book, I still haven't watched The Housemaid, but I had a strong feeling that book readers were going to be like, we have to go see this. And I'm kind of happy that they are making a sequel just because the sequel's even crazier than the first
Oh,
film.
yeah?
So I think people
There's
are going to
multiple
really
books?
enjoy it. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
And then there's one in
Well, that's
between The
good.
Housemaid and I think The Housemaid is Watching was the second one.
Yeah, then
so
it only cost 35 million, so they're cleaning up.
they made
Oh,
bank.
yeah.
Cleaning up. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then we have at number 7, we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Tracks.
So it made 126 million domestic, 234 worldwide. The original made 291 worldwide, so it is a little under that. Still got maybe a little bit juice in there. Might make a little more, but yeah. I mean, I think it cost 35 million as well for a fry, so they got to be cooking their heels. But it wasn't very good. It was very boring, in my opinion. But people were very. Oh, I forgot. So actually, I messed this all up. So number 10, so bump everything up one space. Number 10 was actually David, the animated film David was number 10. And that made $75 million domestic and same worldwide. So they got to be really happy about that.
Uh, th-
Is that Angel Studios? Is that what
Hmm.
that is? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Okay.
not know there was a film named David that
It
came out
was
last
actually
year.
pretty
It's
good.
very awkward.
The
Sorry.
the it was well animated, well done, and it had good songs. I mean, it was good. I mean, if you want to see like a
Oh,
about it was more than just David and Goliath. It was basically the whole entire book of
oh,
First Samuel. So they did
got it.
it was
It's
good.
still playing at my local theater.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it hasn't been
I don't know
that
why.
long since it came out. So
Yeah.
at number five is Demon Slayer Kimetsu Infinity Castle, basically. And it made $134 million domestic, 724 million worldwide. Unbelievable. What a
That's
hit.
wild. Just
Yeah,
wild.
So
huge.
crazy.
I
I
was so
couldn't tell
stupid
you
that
a
I didn't have it on mine because they were all done really good. So why didn't I? I was really dumb that I didn't have it
Well, I think we
on
just
mine.
constantly underestimate these movies. And like, I don't know a single thing about them. I'll admit that as a movie
Yeah,
podcaster or film critic, like
yeah.
I don't know anything about these movies, and that's just simple and plain.
Yeah, I mean, and they have just the anime. What a great year for
Yeah.
anime! Incredible.
Yeah.
Chainsaw did very good. Um, and then two Demon Slayer movies that have done well in 2025, and
Yeah.
so yeah, really incredible. And then even though K-pop is not anime, it's from it has a Japanese feel to it, so I think and it's kind of in that feeling at least. Okay, so number four is The Conjuring: Last Rites, and that made $177 million domestic,
Shocking.
$494 million worldwide. So this thing just cleaned
I,
up.
I can't believe it did since the last one people absolutely annihilated. So I don't know.
Yeah.
They showed
And
up.
it cost $55 million to make. It made it's almost made $500 million. And so, I mean,
Yeah.
cleaning up. And
I did put it on my honorables, but I didn't think it would be that big. So
yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And, I watched this franchise for the first time because I was covering this one for the movie show. And the first two are so good. And I was surprised how invested I was in the two of them, in the Warrens. What
Yeah.
chemistry they had, how romantic the movies were. I was not expecting that. Nobody had told me that. And I was like, if people had just told me, then I would have been more interested. But this one, unfortunately, was kind of a snooze.
It
So
was.
it wasn't awful, but it was kind of boring.
yeah, it was better than the third one, but
Yeah,
not by far not the best. So
yeah. So then we have at number three, we have Wicked for Good, and that made $341 million and worldwide 522. So this is a pretty kind of a big disappointment. I mean, the original, the first movie made 758 million worldwide. So this thing's going to come in a lot less than the part one, over $200 million less worldwide
Yeah.
than part one, which I just thought that even if, because I think we were all like, oh, this thing gonna not be as good, and it's just because we all know Act Two, and but I think that I thought that there was enough sort of fan goodwill that would
Yeah.
kind of it wouldn't even really matter. I thought that this would kind of be critic proof, and then just sort of it would ride the wave of the first one to make a ton of money. It's not like it didn't make anything, but I am surprised that it's coming in so much lower than the first.
what was it up against?
Well, it was Thanksgiving weekend, I think. I can't remember.
Wicked. Was it Wicked?
Well,
Thanksgiving weekend? Was it? Zootopia
was
Wicked?
it? No, I can't remember what it was up
It was
against.
November 21st is when it came out. So
So the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't
they, yeah.
remember. I don't think it was anything big. It just had no legs. I mean,
Yeah.
people were just like, wow, that wasn't very good. So shoot, not at all. We told everybody knew. Everyone knew they shouldn't have made it into two movies, and they
Hmm.
did, and it was a mistake. They shouldn't have done it. So it's too bad. But I still had enough fun with it. It's far from the best musicals, but it's far from the worst.
Yeah. It
So
was
Welcome to the Pilot Podcast. My name is BJ.
And my name is Me Too, and we promise this promo is worth it, so please don't skip ahead.
We're two judgy friends who put our judgmental skills to work for you. We review the pilot episodes of new and popular shows and shows that our listeners request to answer your question, should I watch this?
Look, a lot of us are spending a lot more time at home, and yes, we should be reading and trying new projects and enriching ourselves, but does anything beat binging a great show?
Let us take the guesswork out of deciding what your next show will be. Tune in to The Pilot Podcast at thepilotpodcast.com.
Okay, so then we have Avatar Fire and Ash currently at number 2. It currently made $344 million domestic and $1.232 billion worldwide. So, yeah, I mean, we all had this at number 1 because that was a pretty safe bet. I mean, I don't think in any world this could be seen as a disappointment, but it certainly is less than the last one.
well, and also the big asterisk that these movies always have legs. I mean, it's currently
Yeah,
still number one at the fourth week out,
yeah.
and so I mean, it could end up in the number one spot by the time things are done. But that being
Mm.
said, it was kind of terrible.
It might make more than
Yes.
Zootopia 2 domestic, because Zootopia 2 right now it's at 379
Hmm.
domestic, and it's in Avatar Fire and Ash is at 344, but it's not beating Zootopia 2 worldwide.
No,
Gotcha. All
No,
right.
because it's
I,
still
I
it would
liked
need
it better.
$400 million more. Anyway, yeah, it was disappointing to me. The second movie I just think is, in my opinion, is the best of the three, because I think the second one, it took everything that was good about the first one and it added this whole family component, this whole family dynamic. And I was invested at least enough in that, in the journey of this family, right? Um, Whereas the first one, it was just sort of this romance, and it didn't have as much kind of for me to get invested in. And then this third one, they added nothing new except for the Ash people, which weren't in that much, and were just kind of like secondary villains. They were fun, but I don't know. I just felt like it was just the same beats with the family, but
Hmm.
nothing new to kind of get invested in. And so I was disappointed. I thought that I would probably go fresh on it, but I ended up going rotten
Damn. It was
on
the first time
Avatar.
I gave Avatar, any Avatar film, a 4.5 out of 5.
Ah,
Which is
okay.
crazy.
Why did you feel that way?
Because I felt like The Way of Water was just very messy and bloated in
Mm-hmm.
comparison to the first one. And then this one just, I don't know, it flowed better for me. I was more invested, it was more engaging. I don't know what it was. Because it's the same characters roughly apart from like the Ash or like
Yeah,
that
and
tribe. So
I just didn't get that invested in Spider's journey. And then also, I felt like it
mm,
just kept doing the same thing. Like somebody would get captured, and then they would have to go release them, and then someone else would get captured, and then
yeah.
they would, and I don't know. So yeah, that's really funny. I You're not the
I
first
know.
person who said that to me though. But for me, the second one is definitely the best
Yeah.
of the three. I don't know.
Which is
David,
fair.
do you have any feeling about Avatar?
Well, yeah, I agree with you, Rachel. I mean, I thought this was just the same thing over and over again. And more importantly, repeating the second one so much just
Yeah.
really is what hurt it to me. But the other thing that I will say, and I don't want to just beat up on Avatar because I do love the first two, I thought it looked horrible in the high frame rate. That
Oh.
really hurt the experience for me. I saw it at, an early
Oh.
screening and they tried to wow us all with the high frame rate 3D Dolby and I was so excited and I just thought it looked like I was Like I said, I loved the first two movies. I thought it looked like I was watching a video game. Like it just looked so bad
Yeah.
to me. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was really funny. So the day of our screening, we had there was a problem getting it uploaded to the server or whatever. And so it was taking forever. And I was like, I've already waited over an hour. And so then the next day they're like, hey, we're gonna do a special screening for the people who weren't able to watch it last night. It's like, okay. So I show up at the theater in the morning and it's literally me and Patrick, my friend, two of us. And I was just like, who else gets a private screening of Avatar?
amazing.
Yeah.
That
So
rocks.
if I start to feel kind of down about my lot, and be like, well, I did get a private screening of Avatar.
Nice.
Uh, but anyway, so this is what happened as far as the results of the predictions. So, David, you had you didn't have any in the right spot. And you only had 4 predictions that proved to be on the top 10. So you had
Pretty good, actually.
your top 10 had Good Boy at 10, and then you
I
had
voted with
Keeper.
my heart there. I used my heart for
9,
that one.
Anaconda at 8, One Battle After Another at 7. You had Predator Badlands at 6, Running Man at 5, Tron Ares at 4, Zootopia 2 at 3, Weird for Good at 2, and Avatar Fire and Ash at 1. So then for you and me, Manda, we both ended up with 7 points because we both had Wicked at the right spot.
Thank God. The one good thing that movie did. It's okay.
So I had SpongeBob at 10, and then Marty Supreme at 9, Running Man at 8, Conjuring the Last Rites at 7, Predator Badlands at 6, Tron Ares at 5, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 at 4, Wicked for Good at 3, Zootopia 2 at 2, and then Avatar Fire and Ash at 1. And then Manda, you had at 10, you had Marty Supreme. Then you had Good Boy at 9, The Smashing Machine at 8.
Why would I take that? Why? I didn't even like it and I took it. Why would I do
Black
it?
Phone 2 at 7, Running Man at 6, Conjuring the
Deserve
Last
better.
Rites at 5, Zootopia 2 at 4, Wicked for Good at 3, Five Nights at Freddy's at 2, and Avatar at 1. So
Yeah.
I actually gave, even though we both had 7 points, I gave you the win, Manda, because you had
No.
that. So I had Tron Ares at 5, you had Running Man at 6. So my errors were, I had a higher up error.
Mm.
Oh my God. I never thought I would ever win a box.
So you are.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Based on a technicality. No, I'm joking. That's crazy. Oh my God. I'm honored. That's great.
So
Good on both of
Wow.
you for betting on Marty Supreme. I would have never expected it to be as successful as it is. I knew it would be as good as it is, but I didn't expect
Crazy.
it to do this much business.
it
Yeah.
was close. So David ended up with 75 million and Marty Supreme has 70
Mm,
domestic.
Wow. I'm just so proud of Timmy. Like, that's just the
Mhm.
power of that dude standing on top of the sphere in Las Vegas.
One Battle After Another, if we were doing worldwide, would also be a lot higher. So it's currently at 71 million domestic and 206 worldwide. So
Damn.
worldwide, it would be above The Housemaid right now. And then now the other one that's Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That one made 61 million domestic, but it made 219 worldwide. So it did
Mm.
very well overseas. So I would not be surprised at all if we see a Now You See Me, Now You Don't 5 or whatever it is.
Oh, God.
If we
They're
see
gonna keep
another
making
one, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Till they're 90.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't do magic very well on movies because everything's an illusion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
hard.
make sense, those movies. I will say, me and Manda both having Good Boy on our list. It was a
Yeah,
pretty sizable hit for the size of movie it was, wasn't it? Even though it
I
obviously
think
didn't make
so.
it close, but
Yeah.
Let's see here. So yeah, I mean it cost so it made it's made $8 million on a budget of 70,000. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's pretty damn
yeah,
good. Yeah.
not too shabby. I do think it's a little ridiculous. People giving Andy prizes. I mean, like the Astro Awards, which I am a member of, they beat out Ethan Hawke, the dog. Beat out
He,
Ethan
he's a
Hawke.
very good actor, that dog.
I mean, a little much. Um,
It sets the precedent for my dog Harvey to win a posthumous Grammy for his latest album. So,
I love that.
so let's talk about some of these surprise duds. So Tron Ares, we got to talk about that. Huge flop
I
for
deserve to flop.
Disney.
Sorry.
I didn't mind it. It was fine, but like I will never think of it again.
No.
Um, it looked nice. It was, I don't know.
I liked
So
it more than I expected to. I
are you
thought it
done?
was, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I wouldn't like go to bat for it. Like it's fine at best, but like honestly, it's probably my favorite Tron movie because I don't really think the
Oh,
original holds up
wow.
that well, and I never thought the last one was really all that great, other than the soundtrack. So
mm, I'm not
yeah.
that big a sci-fi person, so I feel like I'm not one to judge these movies. But
Mhm.
it was pretty. There was some fun action, but like I said, I will never watch it again. I mean,
Hmm.
they spent $220 million and it made 142 total worldwide.
Terrible. And Jared Leto will get to lead another giant movie in like a year or two.
I
So
don't want it. I swear
every
to you, every
couple of
single
years.
time I tried to watch that trailer, it popped up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm digging it." And then he showed up, and I was like, "No, I'm not excited for Tron
Yeah, he
Ares."
seems to be incredibly resilient.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna keep
mean,
doing
people must like working with him, even with the his method acting
it.
shenanigans and other. I
Method
guess. I mean, they keep
acting.
hiring you.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but yeah, that was a huge flop. So I mean, good thing they had Zootopia 2 to like massage their wounds. I was hoping that it would be better because I just thought that Disney would be a little more invested in making sure that it was good because they have like a whole Tron ride and they have like they really invested in Tron as an IP. So I thought that
Mm.
that would motivate them to make it better. But alas.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
That was not the case. Okay, so then another big flop is The Running Man. So, what do you think that this says about our man Glenn Powell? And also, just why do some remakes do really well and then others? I mean, they definitely overspent on it, and it should not have had a budget of $110 million, but it only made $68 million.
That's crazy.
I think the problem is that people went in with, I want to see an Edgar Wright movie. And then they failed to understand that maybe that he had to make an adaptation of a novel at the same time. So I think that those were crosshairs. So people were like really upset with the fact that like it's maybe a dull Stephen King adaptation. I don't know. And then they
I mean,
expected an
that
Edgar Wright film. So I don't know
that
what word
that
of
ex
mouth was.
that explains the people who did see it and why they might not have been
Yeah.
happy with it. But why didn't more people go to
I
see it?
I think people thought it looked corny. And like the
Yeah.
fact that it's a
Oh,
remake of an Arnold movie more than anything, like I know obviously it's a Stephen King adaptation and it's an Edgar Wright movie, of course, but I think
Yeah.
more than anything, people saw, isn't that Arnold movie from the 80s? And like that's probably the only kind of little bit of
but,
information that really
but
stuck with them. That being said, I liked it a lot. It's the first Edgar Wright movie I've liked in years. I haven't liked his last like three or four movies, so
yeah, I mean, I liked it certainly better than the one with Thomas and McKenzie. I didn't like that one at
I
all.
didn't like that at all.
But I think that there's also that I don't think that Glenn Powell is really resonating with younger theater goers. I
Hmm.
mean, I invited my brother because I thought he might want to go. He's 16 years younger than me. He was like, no, absolutely, I have no interest in it at all. I don't like him. So I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, I don't think he's necessarily the movie star that is going to save cinema like some people might have been hoping. That doesn't mean that he won't have a very, good career, but I don't think anybody is that movie star,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know?
Maybe
I
Timothy.
He is now.
Yeah, right.
maybe,
Finger
Maybe.
guns.
maybe. But I don't think The Running Man would have done much better if it had been starring Timothy Chalamet.
Oh
That would
God,
have been a
no.
very weird movie. Like I love Timmy, but that's not a vehicle for him. This was a perfect Glenn Powell vehicle. I have
Yeah.
to admit, as like it did poorly, but I just think that it word of mouth really harmed it. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And the
I
fact
mean,
Hmm.
that like it didn't look appealing to a lot of people.
yeah. I mean, I thought it was fine. Another one that I
I
was just like, I
really
gave it a
liked it.
recommendation,
I really
but
liked it.
yeah, but nothing that like made me super excited. So let's talk about the Smashing Machine.
Hmm.
So it seems like that I feel like that came out a million years ago because I saw it at TIFF. Um, it feels like so long ago. But I, I think it's good that The Rock tried to push himself. I admire that. But unfortunately, he just picked not a very good movie. It just wasn't great.
Hmm.
And the thing that annoyed me about the movie is that they kept putting Emily Blunt's character as some kind of like antagonist. She was like the villain of the movie. And I'm like, why? What did she do that's so horrible? She didn't make a smoothie right. She's reading, by this like there's a whole scene where it's like, what are you doing reading? I'm like, I can she read. I didn't see any behavior on her part that was like such a terrible person. And yet the movie was obviously trying to make me feel like she was a terrible person. So that annoyed me.
I think for me, it was like if you wanted to shoot a documentary, I would have preferred it as a documentary.
I
So
think there
it
is a
did have,
documentary.
there is a documentary. That's why I was like, they kind of, I get what he was trying to do with it because you just want to take the mundanity of life and his everyday life and what he went through. But there still needs to be a bit more for him to work with, particularly. I didn't think there was enough for him to work with when he wasn't, doing his stuff in the ring. So that's what kind
Yeah.
of brought it down for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know. I thought that everything with his friend, the family man guy, that was
Mhm.
more interesting than anything going on with The Rock's character, in my opinion. I was like, I wish the movie had been about him. He was more
Mm.
interesting
I
than
know he
me.
did really well too. He's not even
And a
acting,
better
which is
performance,
crazy.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't like it either. I thought
Mm.
that he was, not that you need to have like a character that's particularly like likable or anything, but I just thought he was
Mm.
so annoying. Like his character was
Right.
so annoying and I wanted it to be over basically.
Yeah, it was a long movie, even though it wasn't a long movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Benny. I always say
Yeah.
I'm like just based on the trailers, if you watch the Marty Supreme trailer and then the Smashing Machine trailer, I'm like Josh has all the sauce. He has
Mm.
all just watching the
I
trailers, like no
do.
offense, Benny, but like that it feels that way, right?
I
So
mean, even though I
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
crazy about either, I do agree that Marty Supreme is the far superior of the two films. No
yeah.
question. We also all three of us completely skunked it on our honorable mentions. We didn't have a single one that
Well, wait, I had
that
Conjuring.
oh yeah, you did. You did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get more points?
Oh yeah, you do. You get one more
Hopefully.
point. So you have 5
Yay.
points. Sorry.
Yay.
um so okay. So you had Conjuring, Now You See Me, and Smash Machine, David, at your honorable mentions. Manda, you had Him, Keeper, and One Battle After Another.
I had him.
Yeah, and I had Him as well.
What
Him,
possessed us?
Him,
Awful
Big
movie.
Bold Beautiful Journey, and Downton Abbey is my honorable. And
Damn.
Big Bold Beautiful Journey, my like theme for 2025 is the movie that's packaged to look like a romantic comedy, but actually isn't a romantic comedy.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
That's Hollywood's new game. And that it was totally what they did with Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Yeah.
It was just so try hard. It was one of the most try hard movies I've ever seen. They're continually telling you this is meaningful. This, like literally telling you that this is
Hmm.
profound and this is meaningful and this should change your life and you shouldn't live the same after, and it's like if you have to say it, if you have to do it, it's kind of like with Life of Chuck, which I know you like, Manda, but for me, when the narrator has to tell you how to feel, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like
I
it should just
cried.
come authentically from the characters and the story. You shouldn't have to be told this is meaningful. This is powerful. This is, to me at least. And I just think Big Bold Beautiful Journey it was very bad. It
I
didn't make
still
my
didn't
worst
watch
of the
it.
year list, but because it did have one segment of Colin Farrell going back to his high school drama club years, and that was sort of fun. But other than that, it was awful. And then, I mean, I really enjoyed Downton Abbey. It was a very nice finale for all our characters, but just couldn't make enough money. And then him, oh my gosh,
I
that was
really wanted to like
painful.
it.
Speaking of I saw Big Bold Beautiful Journey and him on the same day. That was a
Ooh,
rough day.
I hope you got ice cream after, just for an
Yeah.
uplifting, just for something.
Yeah, yeah. I also had Gabby's Dollhouse as a honorable mention on my list, but and that actually did okay for what it was. Usually movies that are tailored to a pre-K usually don't do very good. Um, so it did all right, but so, yeah, it was kind of fun. I got to interview Gloria Estefan, so that was sort of cool.
That's a
Nice.
moment. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it made $80 million worldwide, 32 million domestic. So they're not complaining about that at all. So I think that's everything. I mean, we covered everything: the flops, the successes. I mean, do you have like one movie coming up that you're really one or two that you're super excited about? You're pumped about coming up next couple months? I know January's kind of the doldrums.
I mean, Sam Raimi returning to horror
Yeah.
with Send
I'm so
Help.
excited.
That's
I
that's
can't
the one
wait.
right there.
Yeah.
I'm very
There's
excited.
plenty of other things I'm excited about, but that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wuthering Heights.
Yeah. It's going to
I
be
can't
very
wait.
interesting because, so have you ever read the book before?
I'm reading
Mona?
it now
So
for
you're
the
reading it
first
for the first
time.
time. Okay.
Yeah, but I kind of know where she's gonna go with it. I have a feeling I know what she's gonna play around with, and I'm really excited to see what she does.
I think she's going to change the ending. She was saying on I saw this quote with her too of why the movie title is in
In
quotation marks,
quotations. Yeah.
because it's her what it's the Wuthering Heights that she imagined in her mind when she was reading it in the way that she wanted it to
Oh,
go.
we love that. We love her mind. We love her
I
mind.
mean, I do, but oh, that's tricky, man. If she's gonna change, I mean, she might not change any, but that'd be my guess. I bet you
The the
it's
book
not gonna
lovers are
have
gonna
like,
hate it. The
yeah,
literary queens and kings are going to hate it
yeah. It's,
for sure.
I mean, hopefully it'll still be good, unlike, say, the Demi Moore Scarlet Letter, which is one of the most outrageously
I need
terrible
to
book
watch it.
adaptations ever made. It's kind of so bad it's good. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
They give a happy ending to the Scarlet Letter, and
Oh
make
my
it this
God.
like steamy pot boiler. You're just like, what?
Oh my God.
So hopefully it's not that. Let's hope.
Hmm.
Because it
Hopefully,
does
yeah.
look that would definitely be on my list of upcoming. I was really excited for People We Meet on Vacation, and it did not disappoint me. I really enjoyed that. Um, and yeah, I'm excited about the new Sam Raimi. That should be fun. Send Help. And I'm excited for a bunch of stuff to see at Sundance. That's going to be fun. The last Sundance here in Utah. So
Oh
that
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Aw. Sorry,
So
Rachel.
I know it's so dumb, but there we go. That's everything. Let us know what you're looking forward to, what you think about the flops and the hits of the fall movie season. What do you think? Do you think it was a good season? What were some of your favorites? All of that fun stuff. Another one that I really liked that everybody else seems kind of on is I really liked Is This Thing On that just came out this weekend. I really thought that was good, but so yeah, there's been it's been an interesting season. So let us know what you think, and Manda, how can people follow you?
Yeah, you guys can always follow me over at AMX Indie Reviews on Twitter and Letterboxd. You can check out my website, candidxcinema.com, and my Instagram is Amanda Karaji.
Great. And what about you, David?
You can check out Piecing It Together wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow me on social media at Piecing Pod. And if you're in Las Vegas, come visit me at Wax Trax Records, which I run now. And also maybe come see me at one of my live shows. I think Wuthering Heights is going to be the next one,
Ooh,
although I might squeeze in Send Help if the theater is down for me to squeeze in an extra one last minute. So.
cool. Great. Well, that would be awesome. I'll have all the information in the description. You can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. And right now at KSL Movie Show. So definitely take a look at that. I would really appreciate it. And check out the Hallmarkies podcast. It's actually been a really fun, they call it Winter Escape for Hallmark. We've had winter escape movies, which have been fun. Travel romances, So check those out. And also, if you want to check out the Patreon, we really appreciate that. And I try to make it really worth your while. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. I also have the merch store. We got lots of fun merch, movie merch. Check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.